anti-vaxxerism. What's Trudeau been up to? It's always worth keeping an eye on Trudeau. You never know when he might turn up in front of a fire truck making outrageous claims. One of the things he's recently done is conflated cynicism around vaccines, which is extraordinary in light of the way that that narrative has progressed and the number of admissions that have been made that we can't talk about until we're on Rumble. He's conflated cynicism and hesitancy, let's call it, let's use their language, around that medication with flat earthers, as they are known, anti-vaxxers and flat earthers. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked flat earthers and anti-vaxxers to call for a crackdown on disinformation online. He made the comments during a town hall event in Ottawa last week. Trudeau began by saying the government should find a balance between censorship and free speech to protect people from disinformation. Oh God, would you please protect me from disinformation? Don't worry about my health. Don't worry about my poverty. Don't worry about my mental breakdown. Just do not let any disinformation, by which I mean information that could awaken me and cause me to be critical of centralized state power, don't allow that to happen. Should we have a look at Justin Trudeau now doing extraordinarily a sort of an informal evening with in front of a fire truck? This is nothing about Justin Trudeau. We all know he likes to get a bit of makeup on, don't we? He likes to get under the spotlight. He likes the smell of the grease paint of a particular hue, we have noted. He sort of likes to have a little bit of a sing-along. There's nothing wrong with that, being a bit of an entertainer. But what I've noted about many of these, let's call them Davos stooge-type politicians, globalists, neoliberal apologists, is that they use this kind of affability and friendliness to mask authoritarianism, in particular in the case of Trudeau, as his treatment of the Canadian truckers, his attempt to evoke the Emergency Powers Act that hadn't been used, I think, since the Second World War, and much of his incendiary rhetoric when describing his own citizens, as well as his public admission that he admired China, presumably for their ability to, let's say, organise and manage a population. Let's have a look at Justin having a little bit of fun in front of a fire engine just to see how Canada is governed.
I got fascinated with the idea of flat earthers. Now, this is an entirely new phenomenon. There wasn't really...
Are you watching like these people? Some of them, like that Clint Eastwood bloke in the left bottom corner, he ain't bothered, is he? That little child don't give a toss. He's bored out of his mind. No one's having a very nice... I don't think they're there by choice.
No, I don't.
I think they've been corralled into that fire station.
I think they came for something else, and then Trudeau turned up.
What we're going to do is we're going to teach you about fire safety, but first, as a little treat, it's Justin Trudeau with 5 minutes on flat earthers.
Any moment back in recorded history, not the ancient Greeks or the ancient Babylonians or the Incas or whoever else, who actually wondered whether the earth was actually flat or not. And Christopher Columbus, they knew the earth was round. There was no danger he was going to fall off the edge of the world. That wasn't what people worried about when he was setting off to discover the Americas or discover a shortcut to India.
Going over well.
No,
look, Clint Eastwood, he's not raised a smile. I mean, if I was, even me, with our ongoing cynicism about Justin Trudeau, I would sort of smile politely.
Yeah. Give him some kind of,
Like this is the face I would do. Yeah, Christopher Columbus. Yeah, no, they did. Yeah. Like, just even if I disagree with him, out of politeness. But these people, give them their due. They are coldly, stone-facedly, almost ignoring Justin.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do differently if he wasn't there, other than perhaps smile congenially at one another.
But recently, over the past few years, a whole bunch of people have decided that the world is flat. And they hang out with each other, and they find different ways of proving to themselves that the earth is flat. Now, that may not seem like a very...
Is this event? Come and stand near a fire engine and listen to Justin Trudeau riff on flat earthers. I also feel that the kind of pose of conviviality ought be denied to people in that position when we know the kind of legislation that they pass, the kind of relationships they have with globalist corporations. It's the same sort of resentment I feel when I hear Joe Biden using those sanctimonious yarns about his own family and even, and I'm sorry to say this, family tragedies, when you know that when he's in a position of authority and able to make decisions reforms and guide legislation and promote the interests of ordinary Americans. Time after time, right now and historically too, they lean into their alliances with corporate interests. They always ultimately back their paymasters. So in a way, even something like this that's sort of quite innocuous on the surface, although visually bizarre, because what the hell is he doing by that fire engine, ultimately becomes kind of offensive. I don't think we should give Justin Trudeau and that fire engine any more time.